Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Hairuni Sadurulajana, and in here our guest today.
My name is Carissa Putriania.
And my name is Zaki Zafari.
So we're from MAB Podcast, Talk and Chill. I guess it's wrong. It's spill the tea, guys. Okay, let's go. Spill the tea. Okay, so we're gonna talking about the difference between the New Zealand and Indonesian educational culture. So let's start. Okay, culture and also system. Okay. So we're going to ask the first one. Let's introduce about the experience in New Zealand from Zaki.
Okay, so my experience when I departed to New Zealand,
Mm-hmm.
I went out the airport and the sun was very, very hot.
Oh.
It was like a laser, almost like a laser. Because in here,
Mm-hmm.
the sun is hot,
Yeah,
very hot.
a lot.
Although it's not like it burns your skin.
Mm.
Over there, it burns your skin really
Oh.
bad.
Really? So
That's why
it's
we have to-
hotter.
Yeah, that's why it's hotter sometimes, mostly in the
Oh.
summer. That's why we have to always wear a hat. And also the climate, the wind, very different. In here, hot wind, hot sun.
Mm.
In there, hot sun, cold wind.
That's weird.
Exactly. So when I was walked out the airport,
Mm?
it felt weird to me because I was always used to hot sun and hot wind.
Yeah.
Because hot,
Mm.
the sun is hot, so that means the wind is hot. But there, the wind is cold. I didn't understand, so I sort of just put that away in my mind. Maybe because we're in a different country after
Yeah.
all. So as I walked to my apartment from the airport, that's where I see a magnificent piece of art.
What is that?
So it was a statue in the middle of let's say the pathway, the walkway,
Mm?
of a man, a bronze man, I don't know who the man is, with no clothes on.
No clothes on, so naked.
Yes. So that's
You
why
See?
the first time I was really culture shocked
Okay.
because in Indonesia that type of stuff is a no-no.
It's
Like-
a big no.
Big no-no.
No.
Yeah.
Because if we even have a statue like that here,
Mm.
the next day it's probably gonna be taken down by the public.
Yes.
And
It's-
so that's my experience for the first time I was in New Zealand.
That's quite unique, guys. I mean, like the statue. Really?
Naked.
I mean, like in the first time, it's like a first impression of being in New Zealand, right?
Yes.
And then you came and see that statue, like, oh my goodness, what is that? I will probably doing that type of experience.
You don't close your eyes when you see it.
No, I think grade 3 at the time. I stare at it for 7 seconds before continuing to walk.
Detail. You look at
7
detail like
7 seconds.
you look at
guys.
detail.
Yes, everything was there. So I think maybe different art types, different
Mm.
taste in arts or something, because we're in a different country after
Yes,
all.
different.
Yeah, and
culture.
Zaki being the New Zealand
New
side at that
Zealand,
time.
okay.
Okay.
You must promise to me when you see that again. You must close your
Yeah.
eyes.
I don't think I will ever see it in Indonesia.
Astaghfirullahaladzim.
Okay. So after from the New Zealand, let's go to the Indonesian side. So,
Indonesia.
Carissa, can you tell me about the different in Indonesia with the New Zealand one?
Okay, so the first different one is the culture and education system in Indonesia is basic in the norm, in the rules, and in the religion, right? So there is no the street like with men naked. There is no in here. Will be there is no never there is no in here, but there is the education system in Indonesia is more structured. Like we have obligation to study 12 years, and the school on or the class is like as your age, like that. See.
So how's about the social?
Oh, yeah. The social. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the social in Indonesia is maybe the student. It's more how I say it's more
polite.
solid.
Yeah.
Polite, solid like that, and And maybe if look something like that, we must to close our eyes
Yes, because it's something that's
it's
not bad.
it's not
That's bad.
ignoring words like that. So the social is maybe more polite, more have a normal, more have a rules like that.
We do get something like rules like that that's quite strict, right?
Yes.
From the New Zealand side,
Very
it's
different there.
uh-uh.
There it's free.
Very
yeah,
free.
it's very free.
Free.
And I do things like, oh my god, people right there were very. Sometimes it's like
The kids can look good like that.
and they do have a great awareness about it.
Yeah.
Because if Indonesian, because it's kind of hard, yeah, actually. Okay, from the social experiment, that's great. I mean, like the difference is so much, I guess. So let's go for the educational one. Okay, let's start from the New Zealand side. So how was about it, Zaki?
So as I said, it was free, and education is also similarly free. So the students, they get placed in the class, and those classes, they don't have a structured system. It's just one homeroom teacher teaching all the subjects. For example, writing, reading, math,
okay.
and maybe other stuff like fun subjects. Also, only one teacher, your homeroom teacher.
Oh, it's in the elementary one.
This is elementary grade school. This is
yeah.
also goes into intermediate year 7 and year 8.
Oh my god.
So follow the student patient.
Yes, the student follows one teacher, and that homeroom teacher is responsible for everything in that class.
Wow.
And
That's great.
if I talk about the other things, like if the students communicate with each other, or because there's one teacher, they're not usually used to different teachers. The students do communicate with each other. However, they're usually in a circle of friends. Like this friends, they're always this friends. In a group project, it's always that friends working together. Another one, that friends
Wow.
working together.
So they do separate by some like a groups, yeah,
Yes.
like the circle. Yeah.
There's still one classroom. So whenever there's like math where they don't get to work with each other, they get placed into groups of based on skill.
Oh my god! Wow.
So wow, it's
amazing.
that's one I want.
Like skill A, B, C. Those who are proficient get placed in A with the other proficient students, so they can they learn harder materials than the ones in the C group.
Oh, it's good.
I mean, like the levels thing, they do help the maybe from the lowest grade to getting better, so they won't be separate all along the way from the A.
Yes, so it's the lowest group gets teachings or materials specifically for that group, so they don't get bombarded with
Yeah.
very hard questions
yeah.
from the A group.
Yeah. As a teenager right now in the high school, I do feel it a lot. Yeah. So, from the New Zealand, it was a great one. I mean, like this, the structure of the levels, it do helps a lot. Like from the student, they will be with their friends. I mean, like in the same level, so they do share a lot. So that was quite great, Zaki. Thank you.
Great.
So how about Carissa in Indonesia?
Okay, I know the viewers in Indonesia people will be know if the education in Indonesia it's not a really like a New Zealand, but can divide it with our class and our age.
Yeah.
The example is today and in these years I is 17 years, so I is high school, right?
Yeah.
And I will be come in science, majoring in science. So I will be in science, not just freedom. If it's just not science, it's like if I like cooking, I cannot with cooking class like that. It cannot. So just divided with your age and just their social and science like that. Not every and many things subject for a class. Let's see.
It's quite hard actually because sometimes in my mind it's to there's some people I mean like from the science one they do want to learn something from the social and social maybe want to know about the physics or maybe the biology. It was great lah to know. I mean, like sharing each other thoughts and also skill and education. It's totally good.
I mean, is Indonesia is we can do what I want, but our fashion is not. But in New Zealand, it's you can do that.
Ah.
A bit
Yes,
different. For
yes,
example, in New
it's
Zealand
more
high school,
different.
you can take subjects, not topics.
Yes.
So it's not divided into science or social.
Yes.
Ah.
So you can take, if you want chemistry, you can take chemistry, you can take physics,
You can
God.
take
you can take
physics.
informatics, or even the social ones.
Mhm.
So it's different from
Yeah.
Indo.
It feels like a college, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes, so they want the students to have a feeling of going to college or
Oh my
university
God.
in high school.
It was a great, I mean, like a great start to do it. I mean, like for the high school students to go to the college, they won't be shocked by it. It was great, guys. I feel good right here.
Study with what you want. It's
Mm-mm.
great.
It's great. Maybe the Indonesian want to do that.
The government.
Yeah, we're asking for the crossword actually.
Okay.
So from the educational things in New Zealand and the Indonesian one, it's quite different. And here it goes to the memorable moment in the school from them. So what about in New Zealand, Zaki?
There were lots of memorable moments in New Zealand, especially with the teachers.
Huh?
Because our homeroom teacher, they
Mhm.
teach all the stuff, so we don't change
Yeah.
teachers unless you're an intermediate. That's year 7 and 8, where you have a specific science class with a different teacher that has majored in science. So, and also the teachers are very active with the students. For example, when the students haven't gone home, myself included, because I was waiting for the bus,
Mhm.
they would often play with the students
Wow.
on the playground.
So they do get along. I mean, like knowing for each other.
Yes, they know each other very well. Sometimes we're very familiar with them. When we meet them outside,
Yeah.
we usually walk around with them, talk about the school.
Oh my God.
It's not like we meet them, we greet them, and like in Indo, maybe Salim,
Yeah.
Salim.
We do
Yes.
Salim and then go.
and then we go on
Uh-uh.
our own way. But
Okay.
there, we're more familiar with the teachers, and that's what I think is a memorable moment.
The teacher play with their student. It's funny.
I mean, like it feels like a family in school.
Yes, it is. They want to build a family,
Ah,
so
Good
everyone's
relationship.
comfortable with each other.
it's so sweet. Okay.
It's when you're elementary school, right? How about in high school? The teacher
In-
also play with their student.
In high school, personally, I've never experienced high school over there because
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
He's
weird.
But maybe your friend tell about.
right from my friend's perspective, in high school, the teachers don't usually play with them or have lots of activity with the students because
Yeah.
it's like a college, a university,
Mhm.
and because of that, the students themselves have to fulfill their needs. Like they go out after high school to a place or whatever, hang out with each other like that.
Oh, it's so.
So they do separate like their own business.
Yes.
Actually. That's great. So from the New Zealand side, it's good actually. It's sweet. I mean, like you have a great relationship with the teachers.
Teacher.
It was great, guys. So we're going to the Indonesian perspective. So how's it is, Carissa?
Indonesia perspective moment. What a moment. Especially rare. The teacher play with her student.
Mhm.
But maybe sometime is have a free time we can play together until he school. I
Mhm.
also play with my teacher like that.
Ah,
Play a game maybe or maybe kayak breaking ice like that in this class.
ice breaking.
Ice breaking.
Yeah, ice
Breaking ice.
breaking.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go
It's
ahead.
breaking. And for a moment, I think first. Maybe the one moment is when I elementary school, I
Uh-huh.
play with my friend in my house friend.
Uh-huh.
The neighbor have a dog. Have a dog.
Oh.
That's rare in Indo.
Yeah.
It's too rare.
It's very
Yes.
rare.
And dog and maybe I don't know my friend do something or maybe what I don't know I don't see but the dog is mad, so the dog is running to we.
Chasing you?
Yes,
I think you
chasing
were the dog.
you. I don't know my friend do that. I'm just play the flower.
Oh, the flower
Yes.
and
What is
taking
the
it.
name? It's
Picking
breaking
the
thingy.
petals.
Yes. Just like that, and I don't know, the dog is and running to me, and I'm just and I'm also running.
Oh my god.
And when I'm running, I'm crying.
Hmm.
And when I'm crying, I saw our teacher, and our teacher just
She didn't do
just
it.
saw, not do anything. Just look, just see, just
Maybe in the mind of the teacher, in her talks, maybe it was like they had a great moment right here.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
go
your
ahead.
teacher
Isn't
thinks
it?
that you had a great time.
the teacher see I'm the crying, and he
Oh
just
my god.
just stand up, just stand up, and
Subhanallah.
what gitu, I'm just what gitu, and okay, it finished. It's the moment.
Oh
And
my
finish,
god.
I'm
What
crying.
a memorable moment, isn't it, Zaki?
Very memorable, I think.
The teacher just stand up. It's not help or do something. It's not just stand up. Just stand up. Just
So maybe in Indonesia, it's more likely the teacher want for their students to learn a lot by
Yes, by
themselves,
themselves.
independent.
Independently.
one experiment, right?
Yes, but maybe for me sometimes it's great because it's will growing some potential that maybe the teacher wouldn't know actually.
I don't think so. I've experienced differently.
And tomorrow, I go to school, right? And I see the teacher, right?
The teacher?
Just you yesterday running by dog, yes. Yes, but Mr. Why just you stand up and not help us? It's okay, the dog is so funny.
It's so funny. Oh my.
It's so funny.
Yeah, but
Funny.
there's a bit. I mean, like, maybe how the teacher trying to make them learn about new things. If the New Zealand one they to talk out and trying to help their students to, I mean, like, quite their life. You gotta be like this. Let's help. I will help you. But maybe in the Indonesian side, the teacher want for the student doing everything independently. It's okay, guys. I mean, like, you could get some different experience but do have the same result.
Study with your experience. I think like that. The study with your experience.
Well, maybe it's quite long after everything that we already represent right here.
So
Isn't it?
what a conclusion?
So, from the harsh conclusion, actually from the New Zealand side and the Indonesian side, it's quite different, guys. There's some culture shock that you have to learn about it, and we should be more careful and aware about it, because sometimes when there's different in it, we have to being respect it, because sometimes if we don't respect it, we get some trouble. I mean, like, in the environment, it will be bad, guys. So
It's enough? I think it's
that's
enough.
enough, isn't it?
I think so.
I think so.
We do have a lot of fun right here, and I hope you guys right here also enjoy it, doesn't it?
Enjoy it.
Okay, so maybe that's all from us.
That's
And then
all
all
from
from
us.
Then bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you in the next MAB podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wassalamualaikum
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye guys. See you next time.